So we all know new cars are expensive. It's nothing new. We've seen $50,000 Nissan Rogues, $150,000 F-250s. We've seen crazy window stickers. But here's the deal. I think some of these new vehicles are becoming less reliable, and they're being manufactured in a cheaper way with either cheaper wages overseas, in addition to cheaper materials like plastic and all this stuff. And the manufacturer will never give the customer the increased savings. So it's like, what? You're using plastic around the engine bay for manifolds and all this stuff, and it would be a lot better if you use metal, but I'm not getting any savings from you using plastic. You're just increasing your profit. You ship manufacturing over to Mexico, you only pay $2 wages, and then you charge 60 grand for a Tacoma. So it's like, where's the savings on the consumer side? But here we go. It's less reliable for new vehicles, and it costs more money. It doesn't even make sense. And if you buy a new vehicle, you got to go back to the dealership normally. Something's going to go wrong with it, and that's the problem, is dealing with the dealership's never fun. And these independent shops are, honestly, if they don't adapt to the new technology, they're going to go out of business. It's extremely difficult, and they have to continually train and learn this stuff. It honestly changes every single year, and it becomes more difficult with these manufacturers repairing these new vehicles, and you just have to adapt as an individual shop, and as an individual person trying to fix your own vehicle, just forget about it, especially when these things get old. And who knows, like these new vehicles, 2023, I think we definitely have some of the worst vehicles in 22, 23. These are going to be some bad vehicles coming out, and in the future, I think they're going to be some of the worst reliability, because the factory laid off workers, had new work, like even the build quality was at the lowest. Everything was at the lowest. There was a lot of unknowns. Parts weren't even built as good because the whole problem with everything, parts sitting around for a while. So who knows how bad these 22s and 23s are going to be 10 years from now, because I have a feeling it's going to be a bad one. There's going to be a lot of reliability issues because cheap parts put on sitting around. It's just bad. And then there's still some new 2023 there's still even a 2022 still on the lot near me, but there's a lot of 2023 sitting around. And think about that, 500 days sitting on the lot, someone buys that car, or let's say 700-800 days sitting on the lot, someone buys that car, it's just going to have more issues. That plastic all over the car. Literally, it's all over the place. Manifolds, this, that, all over. More issues, and that plastic is just cheap. It's just all cheaply built, but they charge the most. It's crazy. At least give me the additional savings. But the manufacturer, it's how they work. And I'm not I'm a pro-capitalist. It is what it is, but they're going to make their money. They're going to find a way to lower costs and increase profit. And they found that way. Use plastic, use cheaper labor. They found a way to do it. And they're not going to give us any additional savings as a consumer, and we're just kind of stuck here saying, hey, it is what it is. And you guys saw what happened with John Deere. It was just a bad deal with all the things going on and having to fix their stuff, and it was just terrible. You have to go back to the dealer. There's no way you can even think about fixing your own stuff, even if you wanted to over there. So yeah, a lot of issues with that, but it's crazy. You see what's going on with Nissan having to merge with Honda. I mean, Nissan has a bad reputation with reliability. And yeah, they have a good truck like the Nissan Frontier. And there are some new vehicles that are still out that are reliable like that. And it's crazy that Nissan has the best midsize truck, in my opinion. Everything else they sell, not so much. But their Nissan Frontier, man, that is a good truck. And I am not a Nissan fan at all. Even the Titan had an old school V8. It didn't have auto start and stop. And I don't even think it had any sort of multi-displacement management system for the cylinder shutoff. So yeah, pretty interesting there. I'm really, really surprised. And of course, they got rid of the Titan though, but they do still have a Frontier with the naturally aspirated V6. Toyota got rid of the super reliable 4Runner, and now we have a new 4Runner coming out, and it's going to be even more expensive than the old one, with more plastic. The engine bay is just going to look like a plastic mess of wires. Compared to the one now, it's neat, it's metal all over. There's no plastic like there's going to be now anyways. You'll see. And they're going to charge literally 70 grand for a 4Runner, and it used to be 40, 50 grand, and we'll see what happens, but it's just crazy that these manufacturers are doing this, and it's just planned obsolescence because they're turbocharged engines with a lot of heat, a lot of pressure. It's probably not going to last as long as your naturally aspirated engine that lasted quite a while. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think it's going to be pretty, especially for certain years. Man, they were so bad. And you can look at the warranties with certain manufacturers. You see the 2022s and 23s are just coming back every single week, issue after issue, and I'm surprised there hasn't been so many, lemon buybacks, buyback law. Like, these cars are trash, a lot of them, especially from Stellantis. Manufacturers are definitely not created equal, so you have manufacturer like Stellantis, a lot less reliable and dependable and manufacturing their products at a lot lower quality than, let's say, Toyota, especially a Toyota built in Japan. They have a factory, the Tahara factory. It is amazing, the quality that comes out of there, but it's nothing like their factory in America. It's nothing like their factory in Mexico. So that Tahara plant, it builds very high quality vehicles, and no manufacturer is created equal. And even inside the manufacturer, no vehicle is created equal. So it really depends. You just got to do your research. Just know the repair costs are going to go up. You guys know the price is already expensive. But whenever you have to fix these new vehicles with turbocharged engines and all this stuff, it's just going to be more expensive. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.